It's tactic time once again, and this time we are looking at Blackburn manager Jon Dahl Tomasson and his 4-2-3-1. That's right, we are looking at a high press 4-2-3-1 by Jon Dahl Tomasson. Obviously now Blackburn manager, was the Malmo manager as well, so we're going to test it out with both teams and see how we get on in a holiday season, and then we'll watch some match footage as well. But before we do that, let's have a look at the tactic itself. And here it is in all its glory, a 4-2-3-1 with the recent Blackburn squad put in, basically, to give you an example of the players in there. So it's a 4-2-3-1, 2 defensive midfielders and 3 attacking midfielders, basically. That's how it goes. A high press 4-2-3-1. We'll have a look in possession as well. So it's shorter passing, playing more narrow, a fairly narrow attacking width, high tempo, short passing, overlaps on both flanks. It's quite simple, really. We've not really delved much into the player instructions either. We've kind of just set the roles and left them to it because it kind of worked straight away. We didn't have to change much about it. Counter pressing, counter when possession has been won, and distributing quickly, keeping things moving nice and fast. And out of possession, we've got quite a gap between the defensive line, a standard defensive line, and a high press line of engagement, preventing the short goalkeeper distribution and counter-breaking, basically trigger pressing much more often. Looking through the player instructions, we've added nothing. We've got 2 fullbacks, 1 on support, 1 on attack. 2 central defenders on defend. Sweeper keeper on support as well. Actually missed that one. In the central of midfield, we've got a deep-lying playmaker on support, and then a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Again, we've added no player instructions. These are just the default roles, and they work really well together. 2 inverted wingers. The one on the left is on attack. The one on the right is on support. So the fullbacks basically alternate with the inverted wingers. One's on attack, one's on support. We've got a shadow striker on attack, followed by a pressing forward on attack as well. Up top, the lone striker. So we should see plenty of good football. It should basically be a 4-4-2. A 4-2-4 going forward with 2 strikers, with that shadow striker linking up with the pressing forward. And in defence, much more of a 5 in the middle rather than 4 in attack. We'll try it out over a season with Blackburn, and then we'll do the same with Malmo as well. So we have simulated a full season with Blackburn Rovers, and we have finished second in the Championship. And if you look, we lost 2 of the last 3 games and dropped from first to second over that time. So we should have won the league. If we were actually managing it, we would have won the league. But this is what happens on a holiday save. 9 losses in the end, 8 draws, 29 victories, 95 points. Not quite enough to take the title. But Middlesbrough just edging it out with slightly better goal difference as well. We scored more goals. We'll have a look at all the stats in a second. You can see immediately, though, plenty of goals for Sam Gallagher, the lone striker, 32. Bradley Dack having a very good season as well. Plenty of man of the matches and a high average rating. Lots of assists for Brereton Diaz and Morton. We'll have a proper look at the stats in a second, but this is the league, the history of the league table. Losing first on the final day thanks to that defeat. But Middlesbrough were basically top most of the season, so it's kind of fair that they win it in the end. But we got promoted. That's the important thing. If we have a look at the team stats, most goals by 20. It's ours 108. Plenty of shots as well. Not the most shots though, so we're being more clinical with this tactic. 656 shots, 108 goals. Pretty good, actually. Good defensively as well, not conceding too many shots, 504. But I think we conceded a few more goals than that. Possession is pretty good at 56% across the season. Clean sheets doesn't really matter there because we've not defended fantastically. But we've limited shots, but then when they have come in, we have conceded goals. On the card front, we're well down the table, 16th in both, essentially. 55 yellow cards. Nowhere near the top. That is good to see. Player stats, Sam Gallagher getting the most goals of the season, 32 in 40 starts. Bradley Dack up there with 21 as well, which is really good. He's obviously been playing in the shadow striker role. Plenty of assists for Diaz, Morton and Dack. Most shots coming from Gallagher. Brereton Diaz getting plenty of shots as well from the left-hand side of midfield. Dack getting most man of the matches with Gallagher just one behind him. We can see here key passes. Morton is up there. Pass completion, I don't think we're going to see the goalkeepers or anyone up there. We'll have a look. Oh, Scott Wharton's up there in 10th, actually. Most tackles won. Diaz has got a few. We don't really need to look at these stats. But it's goals. That's the key thing. Goals from Sam Gallagher, 32 using this tactic. Now we'll simulate a season with Malmo, and assuming we win the league with Malmo, that's to be expected, really. Let's have a look. And here you go. We have won the league, and we've also done... we've lost the last 3 Champions League group games as well. Obviously, Sweden plays in a slightly different calendar. We'll look at the Champions League in a second. We'll look at the league first. So we've won the league here quite comfortably in 3 points 3 defeats, 5 draws, pretty decent as well across the season. 4-4, 3-3, that's quite a lot. Top goal scorer as well. Highest average assist, first and second, all the assists as well. That's good. That's so shame we've got loads of goals coming from this tactic, and they're all being worked nicely through the field. Most goals, 74 in 30, plenty more than the nearest rival. Shots as well, creating so many more shots as well than everyone else. Fewer shots against, 4th in that one. Plenty of possession, 60% possession as well with Malmo, which is really good. Plenty of other great things to look at here. Anything else? Clean sheets, up there on clean sheets. Joint second fewest conceded as well. That shows a slightly better team in the league, and the tactic is helping us defend nicely. Any cards? 4 red cards is a little bit worrying. Yellow cards, 4th highest, 48 yellow cards in 30 games is quite a few. Player stats, Tellin has got 23 goals. He's a top goal scorer there. Plenty of assists, all of the assists basically in the league. Player of the matches, no one's actually 3rd place. Okay. Most shots, Tellin's got the most shots there, 104, leading to 23 goals. You can see here the rest of the stats on screen. We're appearing in quite a few of them. As you can see, not dribbles, because it's short passing, quick short passing. So you're not really expecting players to dribble with a ball for very long. It's all about getting the ball forward quickly. We can see, if we want to have a quick look at the Champions League, because we've lost the last 3 games, but still finished 3rd in the group. So we won 2, drawn 1 out of the first 3 games in the group, and then lost the last 3, which puts us out of the Champions League into the Europa League. So we could have qualified from this group with a little bit more in those last 3 games after the Swedish domestic season ended. But never mind, that's one for another day. We did win the Svenska Cupen as well, I believe, from the previous season. Anyway, right, what we're going to do now is going to have a look at some highlights from both the Blackburn save and the Malmo save. See this tactic in action, and you can download it in the link in the description down below. Okay, the first set of highlights is from a 4-2 victory at home to Cardiff. You can see quick passing and overlapping from the midfield. Basically, Gallagher dropping in, everyone going by him. Dolan getting the first goal of the game. This is a ball over the top. Diaz cuts inside. There's an overload of plays in there, so Gallagher wins the header, but there's 3 or 4 other players who could have been picked out from that cross. This is going to be a Cardiff goal. We don't really care about that. It's going to be a absolutely world-beating. It's not really, it's just a header. But there we go. We concede goals. You can't find a tactic that doesn't concede any goals. That's for sure. We won't say anything about this goal because it's sloppy defending. But we'll go back up the other end of the pitch, and Blackburn will get 2 more goals. Working down this right-hand flank here, a lovely long ball to the back post. And Dolan's there to collect the header that bounces off the crossbar. And then the final goal, you can see here, pressing, winning the ball. And then Smodics and Dolan linking up lovely down the right-hand side. Smodics as the shadow striker, basically acting as a second man in the front line when we are going forward. You can see plenty of victories here and goals scored. We're going to go to a 4-1 victory against Rotherham now. Gallagher getting all 4 goals in the first 22 minutes, might I add. So the first of which comes in the first few minutes. It's Hedges down the right-hand side today, cutting inside. Dak with a lovely pass to Gallagher, linking up nicely. So Dak's as the shadow striker in this game. And then on the opposite flank from a throw-in ball into the box, Gallagher with a lovely header. And then again on this, this is 12 minutes in, we're 3-0 up. Another Gallagher header from a cross into the box. So despite the short passing, we're still getting lots and lots of crosses into the box as well. And that's cut inside. That's lovely. Lovely first touch ball and pass from Brereton Diaz. And this is a goal for Rotherham. We don't really care about. It's quite sloppy defending. That's poor. Good finish, though. Good finish. We're going to have one more game from the Blackburn save, and then we'll have another couple from the Malmo save as well. So this one is going to be a 4-1 victory against Bristol City away from home. Got more players scoring than rather just Gallagher getting 4. So we'll see the different link-up plays once again. Again, there's an early goal here. Hedges scoring it. So, okay, we can see a ball over the top to Brereton Diaz. He takes it around his man, cuts back into Dak, who finds Hedges lurking. So there's an overload once again in the centre of the park. Because we're playing narrower, we can get more players into the middle and more opportunity to score. That's a lovely ball over the top. You don't really need to do anything else other than finish that one there for Brereton Diaz. Again, collecting the clearance there. Men lurking on the edge of the area, and Dak with a lovely finish to make it 3. And then the final goal we score here once again. Lovely overlap from JRC. That ball is deflected high, but Gallagher's there to head it home. so it doesn't really matter. So 4-1, another victory here. These are the highlights from the Blackburn save. We're going to jump forward now into the Malmo save as well. See a bit more action in that one. That's quite terrible. Anyway, we'll go to Malmo now and have a look at some goals from the Malmo save. Okay, so the first game we're going to look is a 4-1 victory once again. It's some lovely passing down this right-hand side. Threads the ball into the back post, and Nanasi is there to slot it home. This is a goal for Varnamo, actually, so we don't really care about this one. It's just a good ball, sloppy defending, hits the defender, and there's man there to finish it off. Right, this is the high press once again. The pressing to get the ball back, and then Ali slats it into the middle, and it's 2-1. Again, high pressing when we're in defending, counter-attacking here. Lovely ball over the top to Tellin, who that's a good finish. I mean, can you call that from the tactic, or is that just a good finish from the striker? Anyway, this is from a build-up play, ball over the top, man free, plenty of men in the middle. There we go. Tellin puts home the 4th of the game. I'm going to have a look at another set of highlights from Malmo as well before we finish this video up. It's going to be against Porto in the league, and it's Christensen who gets both goals as the shadow striker, and this one is just going to basically show you how the shadow striker gets forward and gets the ball and gets goals as well. It's nice to see us beat Porto, who top the group in the Champions League as well. So, you can see here, Christensen's on the ball, cuts it back. There's plenty of space on the edge of the area. We've got so many men in the box, sucking all the defenders in. And Christensen pulls in, gets a great shot finish there. This is, again, the defending, the pressing, the winning the ball back. And then Christensen's peeled into space there. The striker has pulled the defenders with him. And the shadow striker's just sat there in the channel, in loads of space. Opens up for him, gets his second of the game, and that's a sloppy finish for Porto. Right, there we go. That's the 4-2-3-1 Jon Dahl Tomasson JDT high press tactic. Use it. Download it in the comments down below. Let us know in the comments actually how you performed. And that's it, basically. Watch this next video, and we'll see you on the next one.